Here with Georgia center Sedrick Van Pran. Happy birthday, by the way.
I appreciate it.
So, okay, what does the rest of the offensive line do for you on your birthday? Are there any special privileges?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's a work day. So we'll be here watching film after practice, same usual stuff.
Did mom, anybody do something for you or what?
I actually give a shout out to my mom. It's actually my mom's birthday as well.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was born on my mom's birthday. So, so I reached out to her today, told her happy birthday before she went to work. So
that'd be fun growing up.
Not for her, maybe for me.
Oh, she had to do all the work. That's right.
Nah, she kind of forgot about her birthday. No matter how much I told her that it's her birthday as well, she just wasn't going for it.
So, going forward, hers becomes the biggest birthday.
Absolutely.
Right? That's the way to do it. So, you've got a big game this week. You guys play in Florida. I always wonder, you're from Louisiana, so you didn't grow up, in Georgia, Georgia fan. When you get to UGA, do they tell you, okay, this is who we hate and how we hate them? Like, how does that work where you develop that sense of the rivalry?
So I think that it's a few things. Like you said, you're told about the rivalry and you're told about just the history of what's happened. But I think you have to take some ownership and finding out for yourself. So going back and watching some games and finding out, the tradition of what's happened. And then, to be honest, it grows even more when you playing it, when you're playing it for yourself. And, you kind of seeing some of the competitive things that are happening on the field, and it kind of grows for you as well. So I think that that's just the biggest thing. It's understanding what's being presented to you from the people when you get here, but also growing your own level of disdain for.
So you have the proper level of disdain for the Gators.
Yes, sir.
So a few weeks ago, we talked to some people from Texas and Oklahoma who'd played in that game, and they talked about, running into the Cotton Bowl and it's split 50-50. I've talked to a lot of people who played in this game too. What's it like when you come over the bridge and you see and there's all the orange and blue and all the red and black? What's that like?
So it's pretty cool. I think that's the biggest thing. I think it's pretty cool that it's that split. It's more of I can't even really describe what it's like because it's so different and so unique. That you try to see if you can find as much red as possible for sure, especially around our end zone. There'll be a lot of red. So the crazy thing is that when you go out there for warm-ups, there's usually not so many people. And then by the time you come out there for the game, the stadium's packed. So it's definitely interesting.
And then no matter what happens, somebody's cheering. So it's not like when you guys are on the road and you do well, you make it quiet.
Yeah,
you can never make it quiet here.
That's true. That is very true. But I do think that there are ways that you can control the game on both sides. I think that ultimately, if you're doing well, I think the other fan base is controlled a bit. But at the same time, though, I think with that 50-50 split, it does kind of, minimize the maximum capacity of each side.
So for you guys, you've had different kind of games. You've had games where you started a little slowly offensively. Kentucky, you guys came out guns blazing. Can you tell the week of practice if it's going to be like that, or is that just something that happens within the flow of the game?
It kind of happens in the flow of the game because there have been some weeks where I feel like we've had really great weeks of practice and we maybe didn't start the way that we wanted to. So it just kind of depends. I think the biggest thing is not getting caught up in that. Yeah. It's finding ways to win. And that's the bottom line. It may not always be pretty. It may not be ideal, but the best thing about it is if you can find a way to win, it leaves you somewhere to grow, somewhere to look forward to improving the next week of practice.
So we all saw that video from the South Carolina game at halftime. And I think everybody was surprised that nobody was yelling at each other. Nobody was screaming. Everybody seemed very calm. Is that how it always is for you guys?
That's tough because I think it's scenario based.
Depends on the situation.
It depends on the situation. There are some times where you have to light a spark and you have to make sure that everybody gets going. And I think that's usually when maybe the morale is a bit down. That's when you kind of have to do that. But I think in South Carolina's game, I don't think our morale was down. I think we definitely didn't play the way that we wanted to. But I think the guys were in good spirits to understand that if we went out and did what we had to, we will be able to win the game.
Yeah, Carson was winking at the camera. I mean, is that Carson?
He was actually winking at me.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, he was winking at me, but I guess the camera was right there.
What was the message there? Hey, we got this? Or?
I forgot what happened. I think Coach Bobo said something that maybe was directed towards him, and he kind of looked over to me and winked. And it was just that kind of thing. It was good though. It was good that he was able to do that, just because it kind of brought a sense of relief to the rest of the guys that were around. It kind of like, okay, we're good.
How do you guys develop that bond? Because you snapped to Stetson for a couple of years, and now you snap into Carson. How does that work with the quarterback center? Is there a dinner that comes beforehand? Like when he gets named started, like, all right, here's how it's going to work.
No, sir. I think it's meticulous in the way that Coach Smart runs his program. So I think that there is a certain level that he runs his program to help guys to cultivate relationships and connections. So a lot of people don't know, when we moved into our new facility, Carson's locker is right across from mine. And it's been that way for the past 2.5, 3 years. Considering that this is a guy that I came in with, he's in the same class as me. We kind of came in together. He gave me my first haircut for my first date with my girlfriend.
What?
Yeah.
You trusted him for that?
Yes, I did. I did trust Carson.
Wow.
Carson's actually a great barber. He does a tremendous job with cutting hair. But
who knew?
Yeah, so that's always been my guy. We may not have played together, but that was definitely a person that I was talking to every day.
Well, I mean, shoot. If I'd have known the trust levels, I would have never even gone down this line of questioning. Good Lord. You put your hair in another man's hands. That's
first date too.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh, and the date went okay and everything?
The date went perfect. We're still together to this day. So I guess he works some magic for me.
Man, this is incredible. I didn't know he had this level of alternate talent, but besides throwing the ball. So this is speaking of alternate talents, by the way. When we had you at SEC Media Days, we talked about your days as a Pee-wee quarterback, and we were trying to figure out a trick play where, how do you snap the ball and then they get it back to you so you can throw a forward pass. But you have actually carried the ball since then.
Yes, sir.
You got to carry against Vanderbilt, picking up a fumble. You broke a tackle. You converted.
Yeah, I did.
Take us through the play, please.
So, it's kind of tough just because I think that there was something went wrong in that center quarterback exchange, and I'll take the blame for that. It was on me. Something went wrong. It was just out of the usual just rhythm of what happened. It was just odd. And I realized what had happened, and the only thing I was thinking about is that maybe it was 3rd and 4 or 5, something like that.
Yeah.
And I knew that we were down and we had to get this 3rd down. So my biggest thing was just trying to find the ball and go. It was less thinking. It was just, I messed up. I got to figure out a way to make this right for the team because I don't want to be responsible for letting the team down.
So do you look down and you see it at your feet, or?
I remember I was just looking for it, and for whatever reason, it was like golden or something. I
picked it up golden snitch in Harry Potter.
It was like lighting up at me. So I just tried to grab it and get as much as I could, and thank the Lord it ended up working out.
Now, because I've always wondered this, I know the backs and the receivers are aware of where they are on the field, aware of where the first down marker is. As you are carrying that ball, who are not used to carrying the ball,
yes, sir.
Were you aware of where the down marker was?
I think a little bit. The biggest thing for myself is that I think that I had to try and get over the pile of D linemen first. So the ball was a little bit loose at first, and then after that, it was trying to figure out how far I was. And then after that, I started to try to tuck the ball some just so that the play didn't go disastrous. After that, it was kind of get the first down, and then after that, just protect it.
So ball security is job security. Very nice.
Yes, sir.
But now that you've done it, I would imagine you probably don't want to carry the ball at all against Florida. Just good, clean snaps.
No, I don't want to carry the ball against Florida. Maybe my last game, let the Lord say the same. Maybe we'll be up in that game or something, and maybe I can do something. But I have no desire to want to do anything.
Got it out of your system, Sed. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That was awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder, subscribe to this channel right here so you never miss an episode of Andy Staples On 3. And oh, by the way, watch all the other great videos on the On 3 Sports YouTube channel.